Everybody. This is Lisa Maxwell here to do a reading for the weekend. I'm going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Puiman-Law and Barbara Moore. Just show you the box. It's really pretty. This is actually the deluxe box. You can get a smaller deck, but this one has a nice companion book that comes with it. I love this deck. It's very delicate. The artwork is beautiful. I haven't used it in some time, but I thought I'd pull it out and use for the weekend reading. I hope everyone's been doing well, enjoying the energy of, finding your own value, and really from that place of self-value and self-care, and just recognizing how precious you are opens the door for understanding the precious nature of everything that's around us. It heightens our responsibility about what we do and makes us want to just do better for ourselves and therefore others. I really loved that there were so many beautiful themes, but that was, that gold. And I remember that gold in the background of the Seven of Pentacles. You've got the Midas touch. So the reading for the weekend, what will that be? Remember to ride that wave high, but not so high that you forget where you came from. Remember that other people might be just starting out. So what are the messages for the weekend? Out the moon. And we do have one thing about this deck, though, is that it's so delicate. There we go. Wow, this is really illuminated. The moon card. I hope we can see that. Let me take my glasses off so I make sure. Yeah, it's really lovely. Put that down there. The moon card. We do have a full moon coming up next week. The sun card. Wow. Two major arcana. Wow, the moon and the sun. Wow. Okay. And the page of wands. Oh, I love this card. All right. Let's see what we have here. So I'm going to angle the camera down just a little bit more. Yeah, oh good. You can, I think, see these really well. So we have the moon card. The moon is our emotional state. So similar to how the moon, goes through the zodiac, the moon goes along pretty quickly, right? Every 28 to 30 days, it completes a cycle. And it may go through a particular zodiac sign, in one or, in like a couple of days. That's why it's really good to, if you're working, if you've decided something. So, today was a day of a lot of information that came in. So if you received some information today, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever came in. It's a good idea to kind of sit with that for a couple of days, because allow the moon to go into like another sign, or even two different signs. Like, take a couple of days, because whatever, wherever you receive that, it's a good idea to sleep on things and let more come to light. And that's definitely what's coming in here. You've got the sun, which is illuminating everything, and we have a full moon coming up this week, and that's where the sun is opposite the moon, and the sun is illuminating the fullness of the moon. And when that's happening, then that's why a full moon can be where our emotions are coming to the surface. And because it's illuminated by our soul. The sun is our soul. So you would think that would be your moon. These are your emotions. These are, the feelings that you have. And our feelings can be colored by, life experience. And it's good to check in on that, because if you are operating on maybe some feelings that are almost sort of kind of programmed, and you're almost on performance every time they come up. You're just operating from these feelings like, oh, when this situation comes up, this is how I feel about it. Okay, do you actually feel about that? Or is that a learned, programmed way to feel about it? Right? Because that's actually your thinking process. It's not your feelings. Dive a little deeper. How do you really feel about something? And with the light of this full moon, and we're in Leo season, like this is the sun card is the card of Leo. Our Leo is our heart. It's our courage. It's our faith. It's everything. It's our heart's calling. There's no denying, like the energy that's coming through this on the run up to this full moon. And then we've got the Page of Wands. This is messages coming in about purpose, soul purpose, passion. This is some really interesting energy. Wow. And I absolutely advise you, whatever's coming up, take a couple of days to sit with this, because whatever we're being shown about how we feel is a knee-jerk reaction isn't going to cut it. There's a lot of fire, and we're going to want to, but oh man, what did I read? A fire burns with desire, but in a true, useful fire. It was in the Rumi deck. Oh man, I don't have it upstairs. It doesn't harm. It burns brightly. It burns with the one love, but it doesn't harm. And so in this light, I invite us to not burn away our own emotion, burn up in our own emotions, to use what's being illuminated in our feeling, in our intuition. That's also the moon. Some light is being shown into some very big darkness. But it's not there to hurt you. It's here to help. Sit with it. And let yourself be shown the truth of what your soul knows, what your intuition knows. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I just took a shower, like I'm kind of in my robe here. Love my robe life. But some really interesting insights came to me after, I washed up, and moon is also water, by the way. Where this is fire, this is fire. And when you mix fire and water, it can get steamy, like a shower, right? So you can't really see things super well if there's too much steam. So you have to go by faith. You have to go by courage. And that requires a lot of trust. And I'm not even looking at these cards to look at the artwork that closely. It's so beautiful, but here she's surrounded by mushrooms. Delicate things. She's not trampling them. What else is here? Oh, wow. There's a dove right above her head. I don't know if you can see that. And on the top of her, and in her palm is a heart. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you probably can. Okay, that's good. You know, that's Holy Spirit. That's peace. Wow. And this is freedom. You know, this is the freedom of our heart. And with all of these page of wands is messages, and you know she's playing music, using our fire in a way that's creative and not harmful. Like, she's not burning anything up here, but she is burning with passion for what she does, so much so that everything is entranced by what she's doing rather than being burned. This is some big stuff. Let whatever comes up become illuminated as we come up to this full moon next week. Sit with it. If it feels too hot to touch, take a little step back from it. Let the truth, this is truth. This is a lot of truth coming up, and it is not to be ignored. Allow it to come up. Let it rest for a couple of days until the moon moves into a different sign. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's Leo, the opposite sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius is all about truth. And being, removed and being of the higher mind. That higher mind, that higher wisdom has been coming up all week long. Use this energy to help you define where you want to take your next steps. They don't have to be big steps, but get really clear and honest about where you want to take your passion and what direction. The small steps are what are going to get you there. Small, consistent steps that are done every single day to be in this higher soul purpose. I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy.